Elfi going up against Apocalypse. Game number 5. The map is Polar Night. And starting to the bottom of the map, we have our Protoss player for Finland and for Protoss all around the world. This is Elfi, the player with probably the lowest APM next to Goody.
Yeah.
And
who still plays at a high level and can take down top level players as well.
And starting to the top of the map in red, we have the Korean opponent for him. Coming back after an 0-2 in the best of 5 series. Now in the 5th game, it is Apocalypse. The Korean player here with a lot of momentum going for him right now. So let's see what he can do here in game number 5. Is it going to be his moment of glory going up against Jaedong in the winner's match, or will he fall down and face Kung Fu Panda, the young Protoss player from Germany?
I was just imagining this guy at home. He's like, I've got lower APM than Elfi. It's like, yeah, but you're not on the verge of beating a Korean Terran player. A high-level Korean Terran player.
Elfi was always a little bit special. But yeah, like the first time when I actually saw him watch those cat videos, I was like, what are you doing? Yeah. He's like, oh, you don't know Maru, I show you.
He turned Russian suddenly?
I don't know, like I'm horrible with accents, but he has like this Finnish-English accent that he has there. It's absolutely adorable. Welmu has the same one, like talking to the two of them is absolutely priceless.
I would say Elfi is a lot more intelligible when he speaks than Welmu. Welmu's accent is adorable in its incomprehensibility.
Yeah. No, it's definitely, it's pretty funny between the two of them. I love them. Well, right now, let's see what he can do here against Apocalypse. Currently, what we see for the Terran player is already a quick scout there, just trying to find out if Elfi is even proxying against him.
Yeah, we saw he did that on Habitation Station too, just checking behind his the minerals on his natural to see if there's some kind of proxy there. Also, the Reaper has made its comeback. This is the 2nd game that Apocalypse makes a Reaper. First one was on Yonsu. He lost it quickly. And it's again a great map to make a Reaper. There's lots of entry points into the main base. And he'll want to see what Elfi is doing. If he can keep it alive, that would be really nice. That
was one of his biggest problems in the game on Yonsu, where he lost that Reaper early on. And it would be really important for him to, of course, keep it alive this time. That would be... yeah, I mean, he needs to do that. But, well, for now, we have Gas, of course, taking Apocalypse main base for the Reaper, for the reactor that he's building. We'll see how fast he transitions then into his take. He delayed the starport nearly in all of his games quite significantly. And Elfi, of course, what do you think he's going to do on a map like this?
This is not a great map to take a 3rd without aggression. Alterzim is okay for that. Yonsu is okay for that, to just, you know, play it steady, do some harass with Oracle or whatever. But this map, it's a little difficult for quote-unquote standard play. So what he's doing now looks like Zealot, Mothership Core, maybe Stalker, Aggression. Bunker is going to be ready on time. So he's got to choose. Do I run past the bunker? But there's a wall off there, so that's probably not going to work. Or I don't know exactly what it's going to do, but something very aggressive from 1 or 2 base should be expected from Elfi, I think. Blink is pretty okay on this map too.
Well, Elfi going now into that 2nd base that you already mentioned. And while we're waiting for his tech choice here and what exactly he's going to do, just a quick information update from the group so far. We have our first player that had qualified for the 2nd group stage. It is 4GG, who was able to win both of his best of 5s against Kras and against Red with a 3-0. So flawless victories by him so far. And he's the first player to qualify for group stage number 2 here at the ASUS ROG.
Okay. Easy peasy for him.
Yeah, looks like it.
I also saw that Welmu 3-0'd Kane and is leading 1-0 against Life. Pretty sick. Pretty sick. So let's see. Reaper will not go down this time. Very well calculated there by Apocalypse. 1 HP. That's the difference between life and death for him this time. Mothership Core did some scouting and pretty much knows what's going on. It's just your standard expansion with extra barracks play. eBay coming up now. And what is Elfi doing really here? A Forge, 2nd Gateway, and the Twilight Council. So Elfi is going quickly for Storm this game. Charge and Storm.
That seems to be in general his preferred tech. It's kind of the tech that we see most Protoss players choose against Terran these days. At least I've seen I see this a lot more than I see, let's say, Colossi, for example.
It's definitely more common. The only Protosses who really still go very quickly for Colossi, as far as I know from recent trends, are SKT1 Rain, who almost always does that, and Patience, when he went on his destructive rampage through the DreamHack tournament recently, where he got 4th place. But mostly it is indeed Charge and Storm that's popular right now.
Talking about patience, he actually just won his first best of 5 series against Moro with a 3-1. And I am a bit surprised to announce that Zunster took out Hero with a 3-1 score. So some really, really interesting results in this group, and that makes group number 6 suddenly very interesting. One of the Swedish players is doing really well here. I mean, Zunster's already causing a lot of waves in Europe, but I have to admit that I didn't expect him to take down Hero like this.
Yeah.
So very interesting results there, and I'm very excited to see how he's going to perform for the rest of his group matches, and also, of course, if we maybe will be seeing him in the second group stage.
So he's got another Korean Protoss to go up against in Patience. A great player with his own style, unique style. See how he does there. But for now in this game, we do have Psionic Storm on its way to being researched. 2 gateways already, very low count for this moment, and 2 more coming on the way. Cannons once again. Well, 1 cannon being made there, and there's a second. Elfi does like that, a cannon in each mineral line, and it's just for safety. Sees this force coming in now, minus Medivacs. Factory, very, very late factory. He started that factory at 8:30. I find that so unusual and strange.
He did that in most of the games so far.
Yeah.
He has that's also one of the reasons why he usually has such a low Medivac count, because he starts the production just so late. And sometimes that really hurt him when Elfi was trying to get those Colossi out a bit faster.
Yeah.
Then he really lacked the Medivacs and the Vikings at the same time. Lost even the scouting factory once, so that put him in a very awkward position. But what he does this time is get a much, much faster Ghost Academy. I mean, the Ghost Academy is done before the starport is done.
Yeah. That's so unusual.
Yeah, you don't see that all too often, so we will see the Ghost before the first Medivac is out.
Okay. Not making any Ghosts just yet. Trying to do a bit of a stim timing here. Very similar to what Bravo did in Pro League against one of the top Protoss. I forgot who.
Oh, wow.
But it's not going to work.
Dorms are doing quite well, and Elfi actually waits for a long, long time until he drops the Photon Overcharge, but does it eventually. He was really trying to hold that back for as long as he could, and was just like, yeah, you're just trying to bait that out. I'm not going to give you, just going to give you the Mothership Core energy. I'm going to wait until a point where it really works out for me, where I do damage with that.
And it did, right? Units lost stab is looking great for Elfi. It's got a good efficiency going here for him.
Yeah, he definitely does. I mean, this is really working well for him. Those storms were also pretty decent. I mean, we had good splits by Apocalypse. It's not like he clumped his army up or anything.
Yeah.
But still, he took damage from that.
Yeah, and you know, that kind of stim attack should come at 9:30 or so. If you're choosing to delay your Medivacs that much, actually it should come at 9 minutes already. Yeah, so you guys see a frozen screen, and we see that our observer is dropping.
Yeah, which is unfortunate to say the least. Yeah, that looks really good. And there we go. So Funker just resumed the replay, and we are good to go. There. At the bottom, we have Elfi, as already mentioned. The only thing that really happened here was a quick defense against an attempted stim timing by Apocalypse. Nothing too aggressive.
Elfi building pylons in the wrong base.
As usual.
The opponents, as usual. Of course, that's a joke. You can warp in units there. Very useful to have a pylon there at the third. As that finishes, maybe warp in some Zealot. 1, 2, 3 to cancel that. Okay, 4 actually. Yeah, he doesn't just want to stop the SCV from getting it. He wants to actually cancel this command center, and it's definitely going to work.
Yeah.
In the meantime, Storms are doing a big number here on the Terran army. He's pushing back that one. The command center did get cancelled, so he gets back 75% of the minerals there. But that isn't all. Elfi's warping in more Zealots and is looking to leverage his Storm against no Ghost composition, surprisingly. Ghost Academy has been done for a while, but 0 ghosts were produced.
Exactly, but that's a lot of bunkers here. But great storms against that bio army, and they really hurt. They are, of course, also great against the SCVs. That's exactly what he's doing right now. Apocalypse dropping down to 70 supply against Elfi's 100. The Protoss player is just crushing through the defense of the Terran here, taking down bunker after bunker, SCV after SCV. The harvesting count 34 against 46, but it's all about the army. And Elfi is still going strong, trying to take down the last bunker, the last defense of Apocalypse, and the bunker goes down, and right now the army supply is 44 against 18 in favor of the Finnish player, making his way into the main base of his opponent. And Apocalypse, oh my god, I mean, he's getting steamrolled here.
Yeah, I mean, he is getting steamrolled. He really needed some ghosts there. He had the Ghost Academy ready since minute 9, but chose not to make any, and then seems like he kind of forgot about it until halfway during the fight. Big problem for him. And I feel like I've seen this before. Elfi, after a big pause, suddenly take the win in like a few seconds.
Yeah.
Never get into a pause or recover game situation against elfi, because he will win the game in half a minute or less.
I mean, that is, elfi suddenly is in such a great spot. He's 84 supply against 37. He is on 3 bases, or getting his 3rd right now. And he completely denied the natural of his opponent. He took down the 3rd of Apocalypse. He claims the low ground now against the commands and is being repaired by a mule. Really, really great position here for elfi.
A Stalker found it, or 2 Stalkers, and they're starting to work on the command center now, the orbital command. Killed the mule. CC is still burning, so he's got to bring SCVs. But elfi isn't stopping with the aggression. Here he comes in with the sentry, potential Guardian Shield. There we go, Zealots, extra armor with that Guardian Shield. Very, very tough to kill there. Look how little damage they're taking when they're under that shield from that bio. And this Archon, normally Archons can get burned really quickly by EMP, but in these small situations, they're so good with their bonus damage to bio, their splash damage, and elfi, they're reigning supreme.
Yeah, elfi on his way to victory here. He is in a commanding lead. He's up against the Terran player that only has 18 supply left. That command center is going to burn down in just a second. There we go. And this was the end. This is the end for Apocalypse. The Terran player with a really nice comeback here that he started. He was 0-2 in the series, and then he was able to just force this 5th game out of elfi. But the Protoss player from Finland, a little bit too strong here, able to take down his Terran opponent. He's just showing that he is great in this matchup. He's going up against Jaedong in the next match. elfi with a victory, taking it against Apocalypse. And his Protoss versus Terran is just so incredible, as we already discussed a little bit earlier. And it's going to be such a great game to see him again going up against someone like Jaedong. So that Protoss versus Zerg should be amazing.